Good morning and welcome to the vlog. I have a ton of wedding stuff to do this weekend, but first we gotta get ready. Alexa, pause. Makeup is all done. Now I gotta get ready. The brows are definitely browing. Every time I do my makeup, I try without a lash to test wedding makeup products. Here's what we're working with. And today we are going to see possible table decor, and then we'll be doing more DIYs. I'm dressed. Let's go. I'm in the car and I am on the way to a decor rental place. Will I end up going with any said Tablescape options? We will see. I don't know if I can justify $3 a piece for a water goblet. Maybe I will splurge. I do love a good aesthetic, but we'll see. I spent over an hour and a half there, but it was so worth it. That was so much fun and it was so good to see just everything in person. I will go over everything in a bit, but that was really good. That was fantastic. So it's actually the next day. I ended up going out to dinner with some of my girlfriends last night instead. I wanted to go over the experience doing the Tablescape yesterday because, oh my gosh, I went to the warehouse. Basically, I got there and we really just started like messing around with different table linens, different table linen textures, different napkin colors, and different things like that. And I put on her listing this really pretty scallop plate, which I love the scallop plate. I do. The scallop plate, maybe not the vibe for the wedding. And she brought out this like organic looking plate, which to most people probably just looks like a circle plate, which fits with our like rustic barn venue a bit better versus a standard catering plate, which has, you know, the divot with the line. We played with different napkins, the orange terracotta napkins versus the olive napkins, and doing a mix versus the king's table, which has wood on the king's table, and if that would look better, and doing the goblets. I want goblets. I want the goblets so bad. I want them so bad, but they're so pretty and they just like shine so nice in the barn. I don't know, it was just like a lot of fun to play and even just like style the napkin differently. It was even going over how we could have the king's table be a bit more elevated for our bridal party. But other than that, like it was just so fun. It was fun seeing her studio and going to the warehouse and just like seeing everything. So speaking of design elements, I wanted to do a haul of where I was at with all of my DIY flower arrangements because they're looking pretty good. Here's the first one. I think it looks so good. I am obsessed. This is one of the bigger pieces here. This one's the bigger wicker basket. There are going to be 8 of these for the aisle arrangements, and then I don't know where this is gonna go. I just had extra flowers. I think this would be fun for like the bar maybe, but I love so good. And then for my bouquet, which popped off on TikTok, I must say, here it is all the way around with all of the flowers. Overall, obsessed. And then I have a mix of different bud vases here. Here are these 3, so all these are kind of different here with these flowers. These guys will just go on some of the tables. I also have taller bud vases in here all over the place. Similar flowers with the smaller guys, the roses. But here's what these guys look like. These are more of like the amber votives instead, which I love. The last thing I'm finishing up is the bouquet. So here is where I started. This is where I am most likely going to finish with the bridesmaid's bouquet. So here's what we're looking like. I've added some more flowy flowers to this guy. So this one was just like the standard one together. It's just with a rubber band right now. Here's what it looked like kind of just before, after. So I definitely think this one looks better. I don't know. As you can see, it kind of pulls in similar vibes to mine. Obviously half the size because I used half the amount of flowers, and then mine has the white. Here's where we are at with all of my fake flowers. And I think we've come a long way and I'm obsessed. So one of the DIYs that I did last weekend was work on the linen bar sign. So here it is with my drink, which is the Shirley Temple since I don't like alcohol. Spotted Cow for Zach. I actually took a drape and we actually used this drape at our engagement party as a backdrop to cover up some wood. To make it a little bit thicker, I like double lined it basically. I want to glue it down with some fabric glue just to really secure it in, and then it'll hang on the bar. Let's glue this down finally so I can get rid of these bobby pins. Okay, now let's let it dry for 2 days. Washable after 48 hours. So we'll let it sit here for 2 days and never wash it. Another DIY that I have is this other piece of fabric, which is this long like silk kind of material here. And I want to do this for the reserved seats for the ceremony, and I want to turn this into 4 strips of long ribbons to flow in the wind. I do have rotary cutters, but I don't know if this even makes sense to use to get a straight line, or if I should just like measure with scissors. I have to see where I can lay this out. If I fold it in half and then fold it in half again, theoretically all I would have to do is tie it into a bow and then cricket on the word reserve. But everything sounds easier in theory. I fear this is gonna have to work.